good question. So with most of ours, it came with just like knowing like, all right, we know that this is what marketers want, right? They want their ads to be seen. They want people to see them. They want people to ultimately buy their products. And so the better you are at giving them just those baseline things, right? Like, I don't know, if it's a trucking company, they want their stuff to show up on time. They want their stuff to show up or to be picked up on time. They want, like no issues, no errors, nothing broken when it arrives, right? Okay, that's what you're looking for. Now, if like the loss rate is 10% in the industry and you can create something that's gonna get you to 5%, you're benefiting, right? So it's just looking at what already exists and understanding what the end result needs to be and seeing if there's something you can innovate there. Another issue that's going to come up this year that, I don't know, where are my iPhone users? I guess like 80% of you? Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So you guys are worth half as much to me as my Android users because of this latest update to iOS and the cookies that are allowed to come to be sent out. Basically, Apple's holding on to all of that for themselves. You'll see Apple get way more into advertising than they've ever been. They're already doing it with their with the App Store. I think it was like a $30 million business in Q1. It was like a $300 million business last quarter because they shut that down and not let other advertisers and other companies kind of play in that ecosystem. So they're holding on to it to themselves. But third-party cookies within Chrome, this is what happened in iOS, is basically you go to a website, it's a cooking site, like, all right, this is probably a woman, 25, 54, she's vegan because of the site she went to. Some of that data will live on your site, and currently that can all be passed out to marketers, right? So whatever is on your browser can be passed out, and to some extent, no personal identification for the most part, but it is being sent out, which is good and bad, right? It's a little creepy when you are searching for something and you get an ad for it the next day. Totally understand. But the fact that you, as a 25-year-old female, are getting ads for baseball games, which you have absolutely no interest in, sort of benefits all of us, right? The marketer doesn't want to serve it to somebody who has no interest in their product. You don't want to serve it. At a bare minimum, if you, third-party cookies work for frequency capping. So I don't want to serve anybody the same ad 10 times in one day. I prefer to send it once to you per day, once a week, something like that. As third-party cookies go away, that becomes much harder. You're going to see shitty ads way more often. But this is happening. So Chrome next year is going to be eliminating third-party cookies. So the two main browsers and phone manufacturers, Android and iPhone, are basically getting rid of this third-party cookie setup. So to answer your question, Google made the announcement. iOS was already doing it. We knew what was coming. So, okay, what does the ecosystem need? If you give us approval, we can still serve you targeted ads. We can still not serve you 30 ads from the same advertiser in one day. If you give us an authenticated email address saying like, all right, cool, these guys I kind of like, or I trust them, or how many of you like have seen the Google or Apple authentication? Like the first time you saw it is like, use your username and password, or log in with Google, or log in with Apple, right? First time I saw those, I was like, I don't know what this is. I'm out. I don't trust this. But as time kind of wore on, I do use it for quite a few things. But that's basically what will happen is you'll be kind of asked to authenticate or sign into more sites because otherwise the sites aren't sustainable with the revenue metrics by losing half the revenue of what they're currently making based off of the targeting capabilities. So not only is it harmful to business, but the free internet itself will change. So there's going to be a few things that happen in the next year and a half. One, either everybody is going to have to log into every single website you ever go to, which means a free wall, and the free internet as we know it is going to be very differently changed. Or Facebook, Google, Apple, and Amazon are going to own every website in the world of any kind of importance, and you'll have to go to them for your information. Although, and we started building some variations of that, right? So where we will go in and nudge you, right? Because if I have some information about you, that's better than having no information about you, right? I don't have to take a fully, an email address that you have to then go into your email and authenticate that that's you and it's a working email address. Instead, it's just like, hey, this is kind of what's happening in Europe right now. they are requiring some kind of consent as you go to a page. So it might be sort of, we call it a semi-anonymous ID, where I don't know your name, I don't know where you live, but I know that you're allowing me to take a little bit of data from your browsing habits, the sites you visit, or your device, so that I can, one, not serve you the same ad 20 times in one day, and two, just plug you into a bucket of these are mountain bikers, these are foodies, these are new car shoppers, or something like that. So there's already some tests underway with that. So for most things, there's some writing on the wall about where the industry is going to go. And if you look at that and think about innovating towards the best possible way or solving the solution there, then you can find your product.